Think blueberries are always healthy. Think again. Doctors are now warning, combine them with the wrong foods, and you could be silently damaging your gut, your heart, even your brain. You've likely eaten this dangerous combo without even knowing it. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just save your health. Blueberries, sweet, juicy, packed with nutrients. Most people consider them a superfood, and they are. These tiny blue gems are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and fiber. They help your heart, improve your memory, and even support healthy skin. But what if I told you that, when eaten with the wrong combination of foods, blueberries could become more harmful than helpful? You heard that right. Mixing blueberries with just a few common foods could cause serious digestive problems, trigger allergic reactions, or even block nutrient absorption. This isn't just internet gossip. Doctors and nutritionists have been warning about it quietly for years. So why haven't you heard of this before? Why don't food companies talk about it on labels? Why are we only told that blueberries are healthy without any warnings about what not to eat them with? The truth is, nutrition science is often complicated. And while blueberries are great on their own, mixing them with certain other ingredients can cause unexpected issues in your body. Today, we'll uncover the truth, starting with what happens inside your stomach when you eat blueberries, and how the wrong combinations can mess everything up. Imagine waking up in the morning and deciding to make a smoothie. Now you throw it. Handful of blueberries, a banana, some Greek yogurt, and maybe a splash of milk. Sounds healthy, right? For most people, it seems like a good way to start the day. But deep inside your gut, something unusual is happening. The blueberries are bringing in powerful antioxidants like anthocyanins. These compounds fight inflammation and support brain health. But now, you've also added milk, specifically dairy. Milk, which brings in casein, a protein that can bind to those antioxidants. That's right. The very nutrients you're hoping to absorb may be getting blocked by your smoothie itself. My study, published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, found that combining dairy with berries can reduce antioxidant absorption by up to 50%. That means half of the benefits are being flushed out of your body, wasted. But it doesn't stop there. For some people, especially those who are lactose intolerant or have mild dairy sensitivities, combining dairy with fruit can lead to bloating, gas, or even stomach cramps. The body struggles to digest both at the same time, especially early in the morning when enzymes are still waking up. But it's not just dairy. Blueberries contain compounds called oxalates, and these can interfere with calcium absorption. Now imagine someone who regularly eats blueberries with cheese, milk, or even calcium supplements. They might think they're doing something good for their bones, but they could actually be blocking calcium from entering the bloodstream. This silent interaction can go unnoticed for years, till one day you're facing a calcium deficiency or even signs of early bone loss. Let's take a step back and look at how blueberries work in the body. When you eat them, their antioxidants travel through your digestive system and into your bloodstream. Once there, they neutralize harmful molecules known as free radicals. These free radicals are what cause aging, cell damage, and inflammation. But if those antioxidants never make it into your blood, they're trapped or broken down by other food interactions, then the damage continues unchecked. Now let's imagine a second scenario. A typical lunch. Maybe you grab a quick salad and toss in some grilled chicken, a few nuts, and a blueberry vinaigrette. Sounds fancy, and it looks great on Instagram. But here's what you might not know. Certain nuts, especially almonds and walnuts, are rich in tannins. Tannins are plant compounds that, while healthy in moderation, can bind to iron and certain vitamins, especially when mixed with fruits like blueberries. This binding process creates something called complexes, basically tangled up molecules, that your body can't use. That means the iron in your salad, the vitamin C from your blueberries, And the healthy fats from your nuts might all be getting tangled together into something your body just flushes out. So instead of giving your body fuel, you're giving it confusion. And over time, that confusion can lead to nutritional gaps, especially if you're someone who relies on healthy salads to meet your daily intake. But that's not even the worst combination. There's one more that doctors are starting to speak out about, and it involves a food you probably eat every day. Sugar. Not candy, not desserts, but hidden sugars, granola, breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, protein bars, even so-called health muffins that claim to be high in fiber and antioxidants. The problem is when blueberries are paired with high sugar foods, your body experiences a spike in blood sugar followed by a crash. And during that crash, your body is too focused on balancing insulin to absorb nutrients properly. Worse yet, sugar can feed harmful gut bacteria. These bacteria thrive on sugar and produce toxins that inflame your intestinal lining. That inflammation reduces the efficiency of nutrient absorption, making it harder for your body to get the good stuff from your blueberries. So while your taste buds are happy, your gut might be screaming for help. And that's just the beginning. There's also the issue of pesticides. Most people buy conventional blueberries without realizing that they're among the most sprayed fruits in grocery stores. When you combine pesticide residue with acidic foods like citrus, vinegar, or certain teas, you can create chemical interactions in the stomach that irritate your gut lining. Over time, this can lead to leaky gut syndrome, food sensitivities, and even autoimmune flare-ups. Let's say you had a blueberry muffin and a glass of orange juice for breakfast. Seems harmless, right? But what you just did was introduce pesticides and citric acid into your stomach at the same time. In sensitive individuals, this can lead to a feeling of heaviness, acid reflux, or sudden fatigue. And because symptoms are mild, people often ignore them, thinking it's just something they ate. But it keeps happening, day after day. Now let's look at real people. Sarah, a 42-year-old yoga instructor, ate blueberries every morning in her smoothie. She added almond milk, chia seeds, and a scoop of vanilla protein powder. She thought she was being super healthy. But over time, she started feeling bloated, tired, and her skin began breaking out. She saw a doctor, and tests showed she had poor calcium absorption and high levels of inflammation. Turns out, the protein powder she used had dairy isolates, and her almond milk had carrageenan, a thickener that can irritate the gut. Mixed with the oxalates in blueberries, it created the perfect storm. Once she removed the problematic ingredients, her symptoms vanished within weeks. Then there's Mike, a fitness coach who loved putting blueberries on his high-protein pancakes. He used a lot of sugar-free syrup and topped everything with peanut butter. On paper, it looked like a balanced meal. But Mike often complained of fatigue, brain fog, and stomach cramps after eating. Eventually, he learned that the sugar-free syrup contained artificial sweeteners like sucralose, which disrupted his gut bacteria. Combined with the natural sugars in blueberries and the fat from the peanut butter, his gut had to work overtime. It simply couldn't keep up, and his symptoms got worse over time. And what about Emma, teenage girl who started eating blueberry yogurt every morning? She loved it. It tasted great, and she thought it was good for her. But the yogurt was flavored, packed with sugar, and barely contained real blueberries. After a few months, Emma developed recurring headaches and mild acne. Doctors initially thought it was hormones, but her nutritionist pointed to her breakfast routine. Once she switched to plain yogurt with fresh blueberries and added some flax seeds, the problems began to fade. These stories might seem small, but they're not rare. Millions of people eat blueberries every day, thinking they're doing something healthy. But the truth is, without proper food combinations, they might be doing more harm than good. It's not about avoiding blueberries. It's about learning how to eat them correctly, what to pair them with, and what to avoid. Because food is like chemistry. One small change in ingredients can create a completely different reaction in your body. So if you've ever felt weird after eating a smoothie, or noticed digestive issues after a healthy breakfast, it might not be in your head. It could be a sign that your body is reacting to food combinations in a way you never expected. And the good news, these issues can often be reversed just by changing how you eat, not necessarily what you eat. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into the first specific food you should never mix with blueberries. It's something you likely eat every single day, and the interaction with blueberries could be silently hurting your health without you even knowing. We'll also reveal what your stomach does during digestion, and how just one wrong mix can throw your whole system off balance. But before we go there, ask yourself, when was the last time you really thought about how your foods interact, not just individually, but together? Because your health doesn't depend on single ingredients, it depends on combinations. And that's where the real story begins. Let's talk about the first food you should absolutely never eat with blueberries. It's one that almost everyone has in their kitchen right now, one that's often called a health food. But when combined with blueberries, it becomes something much worse than you'd expect. Dairy, yes. Milk, cream, yogurt, cheese, all the things we often pair with blueberries, especially at breakfast. Blueberry yogurt, blueberry smoothies with milk, pancakes with whipped cream and blueberries. Sounds familiar, right? But inside your body, that innocent mix can lead to a silent war. When you combine blueberries with dairy, something strange happens. Blueberries are loaded with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their deep blue color and their incredible ability to fight free radicals. These antioxidants protect your cells from aging, inflammation, and damage. But the casein protein in dairy has a way of binding to these antioxidants and neutralizing them before they can even get absorbed. Imagine spending money on a bag of blueberries, thinking you're protecting your heart and brain, but then pouring milk over them, unknowingly canceling out those very benefits. A study from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that when blueberries were consumed with milk, the antioxidant levels in the blood were significantly reduced, up to 49% less absorption. This means that nearly half of the nutrients never made it to the bloodstream. They were wasted, flushed away. And the worst part is, most people don't even realize it. But that's not the only issue. For many people, especially those with even mild lactose intolerance, combining dairy and blueberries causes digestive discomfort. Think about it. Blueberries have natural sugars and fiber, while dairy brings in complex proteins and saturated fats. Your stomach needs different enzymes to break each of these down. When you eat them together, your digestive system struggles to multitask. This can lead to bloating, gas, cramping, or that heavy, sluggish feeling you sometimes get after breakfast, even when you think you ate healthy. Then there's the mucus factor. Dairy has long been linked to increased mucus production in the body. Some experts believe that excessive dairy consumption can create a coating in the digestive tract, making it harder for nutrients to be absorbed. Now imagine trying to absorb delicate antioxidants from blueberries through a sticky, inflamed gut lining. It doesn't work. The good stuff gets trapped or destroyed before it can do any good. Now let's look at how this plays out in real life. Jessica, a 35-year-old teacher, always started her day with a bowl of blueberry yogurt. She believed she was doing something great for her skin and immune system. But over time, she started feeling sluggish. Her skin broke out in random patches, and she developed frequent sinus infections. Her doctor couldn't figure it out. She wasn't sick, but her body wasn't happy either. A nutritionist reviewed her diet and immediately noticed the dairy-blueberry combo. She advised Jessica to switch from dairy yogurt to a plant-based version like coconut or almond yogurt and eat blueberries separately. Within 2 weeks, Jessica noticed a huge difference. Her energy improved, her skin cleared, and she no longer felt foggy in the mornings. That's the power of food combinations. Sometimes, the problem isn't what you're eating, it's what you're eating with it. And this isn't just for people with lactose intolerance. Even if you digest dairy just fine, your body could still be missing out on vital nutrients from blueberries if you consume them together. The interaction between casein and antioxidants affects everyone, not just sensitive individuals. Let's talk smoothies. They're the most common way people combine dairy and blueberries. A handful of berries, a cup of milk or yogurt, maybe some protein powder blended together and gulped down in seconds. It feels healthy, refreshing, and convenient. But now you know it might be doing more harm than good. If you really want to keep smoothies in your routine, consider switching to a non-dairy base like almond milk, oat milk, or even plain water with ice. Add chia seeds, spinach, or flax seeds for fiber and omega-3s. These ingredients won't block antioxidant absorption. In fact, may help increase it. Your body will thank you. There's another issue with dairy and blueberries that's often overlooked. Calcium absorption. Blueberries are high in oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind with calcium and prevent it from being absorbed by the body. So, when you pair blueberries with calcium-rich dairy, like milk or cheese, you're creating a situation where calcium might get stuck in the gut instead of reaching your bones. This becomes especially dangerous for women and older adults who already struggle to maintain bone density. Imagine thinking you're protecting your bones by drinking milk and eating fruit, when in reality, it could be creating tiny roadblocks that prevent calcium from ever making it to where it's needed most. And if that calcium doesn't get absorbed, where does it go? Sometimes it passes harmlessly. But in other cases, it can build up in the kidneys, contributing to kidney stones, especially for people already prone to them. Oxalates from blueberries combined with calcium from dairy can form sharp little crystals that get lodged in the kidneys, causing pain, infection, or worse. You see, it's not about demonizing dairy or blueberries. On their own, both can have health benefits. But together, in the wrong timing and combination, they can backfire in ways that few people expect. Now, let's talk pancakes. How many times have you seen blueberry pancakes smothered in butter or whipped cream? That sounds delicious, but it's another hidden health trap. Butter adds more saturated fat, which slows digestion and can increase cholesterol. Whipped cream is just more dairy, more casein, more problems. And because pancakes are made from refined flour, you're also adding fast carbs into the mix, which spike blood sugar. The result: a slow, heavy digestion process where nutrients can't get absorbed, insulin surges, and antioxidants get wasted. You're full, yes, but full of the wrong things. There's another sneaky trick the food industry plays: flavored blueberry yogurts. They're often marketed as healthy, with words like immune boosting, high calcium, or made with real fruit. But if you read the label, you'll find they contain more added sugar than a scoop of ice cream. That sugar, mixed with dairy, creates a situation where antioxidants are overwhelmed and insulin goes haywire. Your body is too busy processing sugar to absorb nutrients. And the artificial flavorings? Many are derived from chemicals that further irritate the gut and reduce the absorption of everything else in the meal. But it's not all bad news. There's a solution, and it's simpler than you think. If you love blueberries, keep eating them. Just don't mix them with dairy. Instead, eat them on an empty stomach, or pair them with water-rich fruits like watermelon, kiwi, or apple. Add them to oatmeal made with water or almond milk, or enjoy them as a mid-morning snack. All by themselves. That's when their antioxidants are most powerful, and your body is most ready to receive them. You can also take advantage of timing. If you really want to enjoy dairy and blueberries on the same day, eat them hours apart. Give your body time to process one before introducing the other. That way, you minimize conflict and maximize absorption. And if you're looking for yogurt alternatives, plant-based options have come a long way. Almond, coconut, cashew, oat, they all offer creamy textures without the casein that blocks antioxidants. Just make sure they're unsweetened and have live cultures to support your gut. The truth is, no one tells us these things. We grow up believing that blueberries are good and dairy is good, so together, they must be amazing. But the human body is not a blender. It's a chemistry lab. The way ingredients interact matters more than we think. In Part 3, we'll uncover the second food you should never mix with blueberries. It's hiding in your pantry, probably in your breakfast routine. And it's creating a dangerous combination that spikes blood sugar, drains energy, and feeds the wrong kind of bacteria in your gut. Most people never connect the dots, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. This one has to do with sweetness, but not the kind you expect. And chances are, you've been combining it with blueberries your whole life, thinking it was completely harmless, but the effects, they're far from harmless. Stick with me, because the next part could explain some of the symptoms you've been dealing with for years, without ever realizing that blueberries were part of the problem. You've already learned how dairy, when combined with blueberries, can cancel out antioxidants and silently damage your digestive health. But what if I told you the next food on this list is something even more common? Something we often associate with health, energy, and quick breakfasts. The second food you should never eat with blueberries is refined sugar, especially in the form of pastries, cereals, granola bars, or sweetened drinks. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't pour white sugar on my blueberries. Are you? Probably don't have to, because it's already hiding in so many of the foods we eat alongside them. Think of blueberry muffins, blueberry cereal, blueberry granola bars. Even smoothies that contain blueberry flavor often have spoonfuls of sugar, whether from honey, agave, maple syrup, cane juice, or processed fruit juice concentrates. It all adds up, and here's the problem. Blueberries are naturally sweet, but their sugars are balanced out by fiber and polyphenols. That's why they don't spike your blood sugar the way other fruits do. But when you combine them with refined or added sugar, your body gets hit with a double punch, quick sugar absorption followed by a crash. Worse, the antioxidants in blueberries can't work properly in this environment. Studies have shown that high sugar intake causes oxidative stress, the very thing blueberries are supposed to fight. So when you pair them together, you're basically forcing blueberries to fight a battle they've already lost. Your body's insulin response goes into overdrive. Blood sugar spikes, inflammation begins, and harmful free radicals multiply. It's like inviting firefighters into a burning house. But at the same time, it's pouring gasoline on the flames. There's also the gut impact. Blueberries are rich in fiber, compounds that support good gut bacteria. But when combined with sugary foods, they end up feeding the wrong kind of bacteria. Harmful bacteria thrive on sugar. They multiply fast, overpowering the good ones, and this leads to an imbalance called dysbiosis. You might not feel it immediately, but over time, this imbalance can cause gas, bloating, fatigue, sugar cravings, brain fog, and even depression. Yes, your gut bacteria are that powerful. They control your mood, your energy, even your hormones. Let's look at an example. Daniel, a 28-year-old runner, thought he was eating healthy. Every morning, he'd grab a blueberry protein bar on his way out the door. It was marketed as clean, natural, and packed with fruit. But when he started gaining belly fat and experiencing intense crashes midday, he got curious. A dietitian reviewed the label on his bar. It had 18 grams of sugar, more than a glazed donut. Most of it came from processed syrup and fruit juice concentrate. The blueberries in the bar were coated in sugar and dried at high heat, destroying their natural antioxidants, the fix. Daniel switched to real blueberries with raw almonds and steel-cut oats. In 2 weeks, his energy returned. The brain fog disappeared, and his running times improved. The truth is, food companies love using blueberries because they sound healthy. But in most processed foods, the amount of actual blueberry is tiny, often less than 1%, while the rest is sugar, artificial coloring, and preservatives. One shocking discovery came from an investigation into blueberry-flavored cereals. Some brands didn't contain any real blueberries at all, just blue-colored, sugar-coated balls with natural flavors sprayed on. So not only were people not getting the antioxidant benefits, they were filling their bodies with food coloring, linked to hyperactivity, inflammation, and even cancer in animal studies. There's another trick. Smoothies and juices. Many people buy blueberry smoothies from cafes or make their own using blueberry juice. But here's the thing. Blueberry juice is often just sugar water. It's stripped of fiber, blended with apple or grape juice, and loses much of its nutritional value during processing. The fiber which slows down sugar absorption and feeds. Your good gut bacteria is gone. And what remains is a sweet drink that spikes insulin and leaves your body more inflamed than before. Even honey, agave, and maple syrup, though marketed as natural sugars, can still disrupt the antioxidant power of blueberries if used excessively. That's why it's not just about avoiding white sugar. It's about understanding how quickly sugar in any form changes the chemistry of your meal. Now, you might wonder, if I bake something like a blueberry muffin at home with organic sugar, is that better? It can be, but even then, the heat from baking destroys a significant portion of the blueberry's antioxidants. And when you add sugar to the mix, the health value drops even more. It becomes a dessert, not a health food. Remember, your body treats sugar as sugar. Whether it comes from cane, honey, or fruit juice, your liver and pancreas still have to work overtime to process it. And when blueberries are mixed into that environment, their benefits fade fast. The result? Sluggishness, poor digestion, increased cravings, higher inflammation, and weight gain over time. So, what's the solution? If you love blueberries, try pairing them with whole grains, nuts, or unsweetened plant-based yogurt. These combinations, slow digestion, reduce blood sugar spikes, and enhance nutrient absorption. Blueberries plus raw oats plus chia seeds equals a power meal. No sugar needed. Or try a blueberry bowl with coconut flakes, cinnamon, and crushed walnuts. Sweet, crunchy, and blood-sugar friendly. Another tip, when you crave sweetness, let blueberries be the star. Add cinnamon for warmth or a squeeze of lemon to enhance flavor. Your taste buds adjust over time. And you'll find that real fruit is all the sweetness you need. There's something else to consider, especially for parents. Children's cereals, snacks, and juices labeled with blueberries often contain more sugar than soda. This trains young taste buds to crave sweetness, reduces attention span, and increases risk of obesity. A bowl of blueberry cereal might look harmless, but it's a metabolic bomb in disguise. One mom shared her story online. Her 6-year-old daughter loved blueberry waffles every morning. But after weeks of mood swings and tummy aches, the mom took a closer look. The waffles were loaded with high fructose corn syrup and artificial flavors. The blueberries were fake. Once she replaced them with real oatmeal and fresh blueberries, her daughter's energy and mood improved within days. That's the power of knowing what you're feeding your body and your family. It's not about fear. It's about awareness. Because once you see what sugar does to blueberries and to you, you can't go back to the old habits in the next part. We'll uncover the third and final food you should never combine with blueberries. It's one that seems healthy on the surface, often found in salads, juices, and snack bars. But when combined with blueberries, it can mess with your iron levels, interfere with digestion, and create a hidden war inside your gut. It's something you've probably eaten. This week. And once you know what it is and why it's dangerous with blueberries, you'll be able to make smarter food choices for life. So don't miss it, because the next combo is the most surprising one yet. You've already learned how blueberries, despite being one of nature's healthiest fruits, can lose their power when paired with the wrong foods. Dairy blocks their antioxidants. Sugar hijacks their benefits and feeds inflammation. But what if I told you there's still one more food? One that seems innocent, even super healthy, that could be quietly stealing vital nutrients from your body when eaten with blueberries. That food is spinach. Yes, the leafy green known for strength, energy, and nutrients. The very food Popeye used to become invincible. But there's something spinach contains that can interfere with the powerful nutrients in blueberries and in your overall diet. It's called oxalic acid, or oxalates. Now, here's where things get interesting. Both spinach and blueberries contain oxalates. On their own, in moderation, your body can usually handle them. But when you combine two high oxalate foods together, like in a spinach salad with blueberries or a smoothie made with spinach and berries, the oxalate levels can quickly overwhelm your system, especially if your body doesn't process them. Well, so what are oxalates exactly? They're natural compounds found in plants designed to protect them from predators. But in your body, oxalates can bind to minerals like calcium, iron, and magnesium, creating tiny crystals that block absorption. These crystals are hard for the body to eliminate, and in some people, they build up and become sharp. Painful kidney stones. But that's just the start. When you eat blueberries with spinach, the oxalates can prevent your body from absorbing iron, especially non-heme iron, which is the plant-based form of iron. This is a huge problem, especially for women, vegetarians, or anyone already low in iron. Iron is vital for energy, mood, oxygen transport, and immune function. Without it, you feel tired, weak, foggy, and cold. Many people suffer from mild iron deficiency without realizing it. And if you're combining blueberries and spinach in your smoothies, thinking you're supercharging your health, you might be doing the opposite. You might be blocking one of the most essential minerals your body needs every single day. There's a name for this kind of interaction: anti-nutrient effect. When two healthy foods combine in a way that prevents your body from absorbing key nutrients. It sounds crazy, right? How can two superfoods, blueberries and spinach, together cause harm? That's the trick. We're told to eat more greens and eat more berries, but no one tells us how to combine them. It's not just about the ingredients. It's about the chemistry happening inside your gut. Let's talk about absorption. If you eat blueberries and spinach at the same time, the oxalates from both can bind to the iron in spinach and the calcium in any other part of your meal. This can cancel out the absorption of these minerals, making the whole meal less nutritious than it looks on paper. Even worse, high oxalates can irritate the gut lining, especially in people with IBS, leaky gut, or autoimmune issues. Over time, this can cause symptoms like bloating, fatigue, joint pain, or random food sensitivities. And most people never trace it back to something as simple as their healthy SMOOTHIE. Now, imagine this. A 42-year-old yoga instructor named Lily swore by her daily smoothie: frozen blueberries, a handful of spinach, almond milk, and a scoop of vegan protein. She had it every day for 5 years. But over time, she started feeling more tired. Her hair thinned. Her workouts drained her. Blood tests showed she had low iron and low magnesium, despite her clean diet. Her doctor was stumped. Until a functional nutritionist reviewed her. MOOTHIE. The oxalate content was through the roof. She was unknowingly starving her body of minerals while thinking she was nourishing it. Once she swapped spinach for kale and gave her body a break from oxalate-heavy foods, her energy started coming back. Slowly, her body began to heal. This doesn't mean spinach is bad. It's actually an amazing food when eaten in balance. But combining it with high oxalate berries like blueberries every day Without rotating or resting, your system can quietly erode your health. It's all about balance and bioavailability. How well your body can use the nutrients you give. What should you do? First, rotate your greens. Instead of spinach every day, try mixing in kale, arugula, romaine, or microgreens, which have lower oxalate levels. If you still love spinach, blanch it first. This reduces oxalate content by up to 40%. Or enjoy it cooked and separate from your blueberry meals. Second, avoid combining multiple high oxalate foods in the same dish. That means no spinach blueberry almond smoothies every morning. Give your body variety. And most importantly, don't eat the same healthy combo every day without questioning what it's doing long-term. Third, pay attention to symptoms. If you're feeling tired, weak, or foggy, even though you're eating clean, oxalates could be interfering with mineral absorption. Ask your doctor for an iron panel or nutrient test. Look at your diet honestly. It's not always about what you eat, but what your body can actually absorb. Let's recap. Dairy cancels antioxidants. Sugar spikes insulin and feeds the wrong gut bacteria. Spinach and other high oxalate greens can block mineral absorption and irritate your gut when eaten with blueberries. And what do all three combos have in common? They make blueberries less effective or even harmful despite their reputation as a superfood. The truth is, blueberries are powerful, but they're also delicate. Their antioxidants, fiber, and enzymes need the right environment to work. And when we unknowingly combine them with the wrong foods, we rob ourselves of their full potential. So, what's the solution? Eat blueberries alone, or pair them with oxalate, low-sugar, non-dairy foods. Like plain oatmeal cooked in water, chia seeds soaked overnight, coconut yogurt, unsweetened raw pumpkin seeds, or walnut sliced apples, or pears, cucumber, lettuce, or zucchini-based salads. Above all, listen to your body. Watch how you feel. Energy, mood, digestion. These are the real signs of whether a food is working for you or against you. We've been taught to believe that all healthy foods are always good. But food isn't one size fits all. It's a delicate chemistry. And when you start looking at combinations, not just calories or trends, that's when real health begins. Now you know. Never eat blueberries with these three foods: dairy, refined sugar, and high oxalate greens like spinach. Your body will thank you. And next time someone says, "But it's just fruit," you'll know the truth is deeper than that. If this surprised you, imagine what else you might not know.